In this video, we're going to go through how to calculate a calorie deficit for fat loss and how you can calculate a calorie deficit that actually works for you. In this video, we're going to cover what is a calorie deficit, how to calculate a calorie deficit for fat loss, and my top 3 tips to use so you actually lose weight this time. So a calorie deficit is simply just burning more calories than you consume. So let's say you eat 2,000 calories every single day, but with exercise and just generally living, you burn 2,500 calories every single day. You will be in a 500 calorie deficit every single day. It's really that simple. Now, how do you actually work one out? So we can use an equation just like this on screen. So first off, you get your BMR, you need to do 10 times your weight, add that by 6.25 times your height, minus 5 times your age, add 5. And once you've done that, then you need to work out your activity level and times that by what you see on screen. So if you're very inactive, you sit at a desk all day, then obviously you're going to times that by 1.2. However, if you're someone who works out every single day, maybe twice in a day, and you're doing a very intense job as well as your exercise, then you might need to be timesing that by 1.9. However, there's a completely easier way we can do this and obviously eliminate the human error, and that is using a calorie calculator. So this just uses the same equation we did before. However, all you need to do is input your weight, your height, your age, and an indication of your activity level, and it will give you the exact calories you need, whether that's for fat loss or building muscle. So if you want that, click the link in the description and you can get your hands on that for free. Now you've got your calorie deficit, here's a few tips that I think you need to make sure you're going to actually lose weight this time and keep it off. So first off, diet over cardio. The saying is you can't outwork a bad diet, and that is true to an extent. Obviously, let's say you did try and just focus on doing cardio. If you did running on a treadmill for an hour, you'd be lucky if you burn 1,000 calories. And I'm sure we all know by now, and it's probably the reason you've got into this situation, is you can eat 1,000 calories probably within 5 minutes, and that is being generous. So your diet needs to be your priority here. It's easier to save 300 calories than it is to burn 300 calories. So first off, get your diet in check, and your fat loss will be a side effect of that. Number 2, resistance training plus protein is fat loss. Yes, being in a calorie deficit will make you lose weight, but typically, if you just do that without resistance training and not eating enough protein, you'll just become a skinnier and a shell of your former self. And yes, if that is your goal, to just lose some weight, that's perfect. But if you're a bit like me and you want to build a strong, athletic, lean body with a good amount of muscle on, then you need to be prioritizing your resistance training. So you can train every muscle group twice a week. Plus, you want to have 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Number 1 mistake people will always make with their calorie deficit. You need to recalculate your deficit if you want to make progress. So, for example, if you first off, you're going into your diet and you weigh 90 to 100 kilos, over the first month to 8 weeks, you're going to lose somewhere between 5 to 10 kilo. And that is great. But now your calories aren't going to be the same to be in a deficit when you weigh 70 to 80 kilos, because that's just not going to happen. For 6 weeks, you need to recalculate your deficit so you can continue to make progress. And if you hit any weight loss plateaus and you're doing the same things and the scales aren't going down, then that's a sign you need to recalculate for a deficit. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, and if you want to see any topics covered, then drop them in the comments below. That would be much appreciated. And last of all, if you could just drop a subscribe on the page, that would be brilliant. See you in the next one.